Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Perry Johnson Photography. And in today's episode, I'm talking to artist Ian DeHoog, who I started following last year on Instagram. The thing that struck me about Ian's work is his use of color. It is something else. And I'll post a link to his Instagram so that you can see for yourself. We had a really wonderful talk, and I'm now lucky enough to call Ian my friend. And so without further ado, let's get to the interview with Ian DeHoog.
Well, one thing we should talk about is why you started painting, like your motivation for why you picked up the brush.
It was always something I wanted to do. It was never really something I thought I could do. I have always drawn, pencil, sketch, doodle, and I always loved art. Like many things, it just kind of happened. You know, it wasn't something I'd ever thought I would end up doing. But you know, I was in a program for a period of time and studying architecture, and by way of that, I was encouraged to tap into some watercolor just to enhance presentation drawings. And as that progressed and architecture looked a lot more like salesmanship and politics and things like that, I became more interested in the art of the architecture and less interested in the other parts of it. And so that's kind of the building part is gone, but the painting stayed. And again, you know, what I enjoy is that time where you just kind of sit there, and it's very tactile. And you get that brush down and you feel the brush kind of glide across, and you can feel if it's paper or if it's canvas or if it's whatever, or what kind of brush you're using, and the way that it just sits in the hand, and the lacquer on the wood, and you know, mixing the paint, and just it's all, I don't know, it's kind of ritualistic, I suppose, in a sense, you know, like those little Tibetan meditation bowls, you know. Not gonna get anything out of this mug, but yeah, it is a ritual, it's a process. It's all things that are involved in clearing the mind, I suppose, right? As opposed to, where do I have to be at 3? And I think we're out of milk, or, you know, the responsibilities.
How important is it that your work is validated? Do you work for yourself, or do you work to bring it to the world?
It's for me. Now, there are, you know, times where people would say, you know, will you please make something for me? So in that sense, there's a bit of a struggle, because then I start thinking about what somebody else might want. And those are always the ones I find the hardest to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm now not working 100% for me. And then try to find that balance. And it's a fight. It's a fight, because I think inherently, you know, I want to please other people. And especially with art, I think it can come at the expense of what it is that I want out of the situation. So, for example, I have a painting that I'm working on, and it's a commission, and I was even communicating with them just a little bit ago. I've spent more time staring at this thing than I have actually painting it.
Yeah.
Because it's for somebody else, right? And the times that I find that, you know, I'll have a burst of activity and actually make progress on the thing, I forget that it's a commission, and that's when work gets done. That's when it's like, okay, that's what I'm doing right now, and it's just being and doing that.
So I guess going back to the fantasy, if you had to exist off your art, you would be commissioned to create whatever you wanted, and they would buy it and they would love it.
Or I would just be free to just keep making, and it would
people
just
would purchase.
As soon as it goes down, someone would just come take it, and maybe leave some money.
Yeah, in the jar.
Yeah, just right. There you go.
Yeah.
Like a Fine Art Busker.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or those, you see those in those rural areas, eggs, leave money in the...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just put a little umbrella out front of the house and just pile it up with paintings.
Little kiosk.
Yeah. Yeah. Paintings by donation. Minimum. That would be awesome.
Minimum my mortgage.
There you go. Here's a list of my bills. Feel free to leave whatever you think will help. Yeah. That would be great. I wonder if that would work. Probably not.
If you're interested in seeing more of my interviews with artists, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Perry Johnson Photography. Thanks for watching.